الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمد رسول الله أشهد أن محمد رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهدي الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمد عبده ورسوله يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. Praise belongs to Allah. We praise Him and we ask Him for guidance and forgiveness. And we seek protection in Allah from the malice of our own souls and the evil of our own actions. Whom Allah guides, no one can lead him astray, and whom He makes astray, no one can lead him to the right path. I bear witness that there is no other deity but Allah Himself, no associate to Him, and I bear witness that Muhammad is His slave and His messenger. O you who believed, fear Allah as He should be feared, and die not except as Muslims. Assalamu alaikum, dear brothers and sisters in Islam. Today I will be speaking about how Islam has been losing its credibility and legitimacy in the modern day. Because as of recently, Islam is not looked at as strong as it once was before. And the reason is people feel that when things are not going the way they should be in life, it is Islam's fault. So they begin to question Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's wisdom and why He has placed certain obstacles in their path and why He said certain things. And they question if Islam was the right religion to follow or if it was just a crazy man's testament. As recently a church in Dallas said openly that Islam is a false religion created by a false prophet and we worship a false Lord. And they said that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was just a man who had sex with little girls and who cut 600 Jews' heads off for the fun of it. And they believe that worst of all is that we have the incorrect belief in Isa alayhi salam, because we say that he's a messenger and not the prophet, and we say that he's a messenger and not the son of Allah. And I want to say why Islam is the correct religion and why the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam's words and the Quran will stay true today and forever. So Islam was a foolproof religion that started first with Adam alayhi salam, as he was Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's first true worshipper. And it continued to get stronger until it reached Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We follow Islam due to our understanding that the Quran, which is the core of Islam, has remained unchanged over the ages for the last 1400 years. And our proof could be found in any literal writing made in the Quran over 1400 years ago. أَفَلَا يَتَدَبَّرُونَ الْقُرْآنَ وَلَوْ كَانَ مِنْ عِنْدَ غَيْرِ اللَّهِ لَوَجَدُوا فِيهِ اخْتِلَافًا كَثِيرًا. Will they not then reflect on the meaning of the Quran? If it had not been from any other than God, they would have most surely found in it much discrepancy. So even today, with the enormous technology leap we have made, no one has been able to find a fault in the Quran, whether it being grammar, spelling, or an incorrect fact stated by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if anyone had claimed to write the Quran 1400 years ago, they would not have any proofs to back up the claims they had made. Examples are how the Quran stated 1400 years ago that all life originated in water. أَوَلَمْ يَرَ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا كفروا أن السماوات والأرض كانت رتقا ففتقناهما وجعلنا من الماء كل شيء حي أفلا يؤمنون. Have those who disbelieve not considered that the heavens and the earth were a joined entity, and that we separated them and made every living thing from water? And another example is how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knew that how the horizon was lined up, as He is the one who did it. سَنُرِيهِمْ آيَاتِنَا فِي الْآفَاقِ وَفِي أَنفُسِهِمْ حَتَّى يَتَبَيَّنَ لَهُمْ أَنَّهُ الْحَقُّ يَكْفِي بِرَبِّكَ أَنَّهُ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ شَهِيدٌ. We will show them our signs in the horizons and within themselves, until it becomes clear that it is the truth. But it is not sufficient concerning your Lord that He is overall seeing things, a witness. And I bring up these statements to demonstrate that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned all of these things with such great detail that no one would have been able to make it up and claim that it was their own information over 1,000 years ago. And now on to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his ahadith, as they all have their own proofs behind them, and he said them through his understanding of the Quran, and he was able to fact check them through the Quran as well. And for people who have begun to doubt Islam after believing in it for so long, they must go back to what they first said when they became a Muslim. That you start off by saying, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammad abduhu wa rasuluh. So that means we submit ourselves to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we believe that Muhammad is His messenger. So if we believe in the Quran and its words, we must believe in the hadith and what Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said. So we cannot just look at what Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said as unbackable words, or stories made up to justify folk tales, or just that they coincidentally made sense in the modern day. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam's words also have been proved through Sahih Bukhari, as there was 600,000 collected and 7,250 confirmed statements of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So why still we have trouble believing these statements? The reason we should still believe them is that 7,250 is such a large number that it could not have just been made up by Sahih Bukhari or any other person trying to prove Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam's word's existence. And we believe the corrupted stories of our nation, how, like, for instance, America came to be, or in Europe, how every nation gained their independence. But we can't believe how Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam gained independence for the Muslimin 1400 years ago. Examples of hadith that are scientifically backed for Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam were when he claimed that there were 600 joints in the human body. And recently that was proved through X-ray and similar analytical technologies. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam knew that Adam alayhi salam was 90 feet tall, which was just recently proven in Tel Aviv. And when they realized that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam made these claims 1400 years ago, they were shocked. And the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam also proved that camel urine was a remedy for swollen stomachs and other bodily illnesses. And through all these facts, we know that the words of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam were true as well. Now, now through other prophets and other religions, Isa alayhi salam hinted that Islam would come with Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, which proves that Islam was the final religion, and that Isa alayhi salam was the Prophet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and not his son. وَإِذْ قَالَ عِيسَى بْنُ مَرْيَمَ يَا بَنِي إِسْرَائِيلَ إِنِّي رَسُولُ اللَّهِ إِلَيْكُمْ مُصَدِّقًا لِمَا بَيْنَ يَدَيَّ مِنَ التَّوْرَاةِ وَمُبَشِّرًا بِرَسُولٍ يَأْتِي مِنْ بَعْدِي اسْمُهُ أَحْمَدُ فَلَمَّا جَاءَهُمْ بِالْبَيِّنَاتِ قَالُوا هَذَا سِحْرٌ مُبِينٌ وَمَنْ أَظْلَمُ مِمَنْ أَفْتَرَى عَلَى اللَّهِ الْكَذِبَ وهو يدعى إلى الإسلام والله لا يهدي القوم الظالمين. And mention when Jesus, the son of Mary, said, O children of Israel, indeed I am the messenger of Allah to you, confirming that what came before me in the Torah and bringing good tidings of the messenger to come after me by the name of Ahmad. But when he came to them with clear evidences, they said that the miracles and what he had stated were just magic. And who is more unjust than one who invents about Allah untruth while he is being invited to Islam. And Allah does not guide the wrongdoing people. So this proves that Isa alayhi salam was the Prophet of Allah, and this also helps us prove that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knew that Islam would be sent forward with Isa, and that it would be the final religion for us to follow. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. الحمد لله وكفى وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمد عبده ورسوله وبعد. So a quick story. It is said that the Muslims were gathered in the presence of Abu Ja'far al-Mansur when an atheist approached them and said, I don't believe in God. There cannot be a God. You cannot hear him or see him. You're wasting your time. Bring me your best debater and I will debate this issue with him. And the best debater at the time was Imam Abu Hanifa. A messenger was sent to summon him to the royal palace. Several hours passed, but without a sign of Abu Hanifa, and then finally he showed up. Abu Ja'far al-Mansur inquired why Abu Hanifa was late. Abu Hanifa explained to him that he came to the bank of the river Tigris, but there were no boats to take him to the other side. While he was waiting, he saw some planks of wood floating nearby. The planks suddenly came together and formed a boat. The boat then drifted towards him, and he got in. The boat then crossed the river on its own, without any visible sails or oars, and then landed on the other bank. He then got off and walked to the royal palace. At this moment, the atheist burst out in laughter, and Abu Hanifa said, he told Abu Hanifa, I heard that you were the best debater from amongst the Muslims. I heard that you were the wisest, the most knowledgeable from amongst your people. From seeing you today, I can say that you show none of these qualities that you supposedly possess. You speak about a boat appearing from nowhere, without someone having built it, and the boat taking you to your destination without the navigator against the tide. You're talking childish, you're talking ridiculous, and I would not believe a word of it. Abu Hanifa rahimahullah replied, if you cannot believe that a boat came into being without a boat maker, then this is only a boat. How can you believe that the whole world, the universe, the stars, the oceans, and the planets came into being without a creator? The atheist was astonished by his reply. He got up and fled the scene. This displays that atheism had no proof behind it, and that we, through the Quran and Muhammad ﷺ, have proof that Islam could be backed up. And this also, now, بَلْ هُوَ قُرْآنٌ مَجِيدٌ فِي لَوْحٍ مَحْفُوظٍ. But this is an honored Quran, inscribed in a preserved slate. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala states that the Quran is an honored book, and more specifically, has the capacity of a preserved slate, which means it has the ability to hold interpretations from the east to the west, and from the heavens all the way down to the earth. And this helps us prove that only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala could have written the Quran as ayat and words such as Yasin, Sad, and Alif, Lam, Mim are still being attempted to be interpreted today, filling up that slate stated by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And still no one has been able to crack what these words actually mean, whether they were Muslim scholars or not, which helps prove that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did write the Quran, and that most importantly, Islam is the right religion. إني داع فآمنوا. اللهم اهدنا فيمن هديت وعافنا فيمن عافيت وتولنا فيمن توليت وبارك لنا فيما أعطيت وقنا شر ما قضيت فإنك تقضى ولا يقضى عليك إنه لا يذل من واليت ولا يعز من عاديت تباركت ربنا وتعاليت. Ya Allah, please guide those who are astray to Islam. Ya Allah, teach those who know wrong about Islam what is right. Ya Allah, please help all the students here reach not only their academic goals, but their social and spiritual ones as well. Ya Allah, guide the teachers here to success in their careers. Wa akim as-salam.
الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا